Hello and a very warm welcome. You join me live from my sofa for the F1 2016 Season Awards. And before you jump on me, I know there's still a race to go, but I've been wanting to do this video for a long while. So, first award is going to go, well, we might as well start at the start. So, for me, start, Jenson Button got an amazing start at America. But for me, there's always one candidate for the best start, and that is Fernando Alonso. No matter whether he's in a tin shed, a Rocket League car, or an F1 car, he will get best start. He's absolutely breathtaking to watch. I mean, every year he seems to win it. He's had an amazing start going back to Ferrari. That start at Spain 2013, round the outside of Lewis Hamilton, Kimi Räikkönen. And this year, Fernando Alonso, for me, the best start, just looking down, because I've got them all written down, the awards. Best start, Fernando Alonso at Malaysia. Jenson Button had a fantastic one at USA, but for me, the best start goes to Fernando Alonso. He wins it every single year, and without fail, he wins it again. He's in a shit car in McLaren, and I love McLaren, but they've been embarrassing for years. And best start, Fernando Alonso. Next award, Save of the Year. And surprise, surprise, Brazil Grand Prix. And you Dutchies have been criticising me for my pronunciation of Verstappen. I'm going to say pun, because they keep pulling me up on it on the last video. So, Save of the Year, Max Verstappen. I'm going to say Verstappen from now on. I sound like a retard. I've got the shirt on. Would you believe I couldn't find a tie in my house? I wanted to get suited and booted for these awards, and I couldn't even find a tie. Unbelievable scenes, Jeffrey. Right, Save of the Year, Brazil, Max. How he didn't hit the wall, it still baffles me today. I've watched it back about 10 times, and I still cannot believe he didn't hit the wall. So, save of the season, Max Verstappen at Brazil. It blows my mind how he did not hit the wall. Save of the season. He literally was full lock, sideways like that. Unbelievable. Save of the year, Max Verstappen. Okay, Dutchies, I hope I got that right before you all jump down my neck again. Right, touching moment of the season. For me, pretty easy this one, again at Brazil. Felipe Massa, last race at Brazil, guard of honour, Mercedes, Ferrari and Williams mechanics, all clapping, guard of honour. For me, touching moment of the season, Felipe Massa. Let me know, you'll see, like best start, I want you to comment every single one and your opinion of 2016 season, who you would give the awards to. It's just my opinion. You comment below what's yours. I mean, you're probably going to have to stop and start the video to see all the best starts, save of the year, touching moment, and I've got more. So, yeah, comment below. I would be interested. Right, next one is underrated driver of the year. And this is the award for, I don't think he gets enough credit. And for me, it's Carlitos Sainz. He's never going to get the Red Bull seat because Red Bull are set up with Max and Ricciardo. So where does Sainz go? For me, Sainz should have left the Red Bull program and gone somewhere else. But I think he's hugely underrated. I mean, look at the Brazil race. Again, he came off the top of my head 6th. He's a very good driver, Sainz. Hugely underrated. I want to see him get out of Toro Rosso. I want to see him. He's not going to get to Red Bull because Red Bull is set up for years. So I would have liked to see him move on to a different team. I mean, he's hugely talented. I mean, obviously, they all are to get in F1. But for me, he's hugely underrated. And normally with the underrated award, I would give it to Sergio Perez. But this year, Carlos Sainz. Next award, biggest shunt. And I think we're all going to agree on the biggest shunt. First race of the season, Australia. You come out of turn 1, 2, down the DRS straight, Alonso, massive shunt with Esteban Gutierrez. And we'll get on to Esteban Gutierrez in a minute. I bet you can guess what that award's going to be. But Alonso, massive shunt, hits the back of Gutierrez. Alonso rolls over 4 or 5 times. And people say this sport's not safe. But Alonso rolls up 4 or 5 times and he still gets out the car quicker than Esteban Gutierrez, who's not even rolled. He's just gone in the gravel. So Alonso gets out the car quicker than Esteban Gutierrez. He's upside down and he still gets out the car quicker than Gutierrez. So the biggest shunt for me, Fernando Alonso, every time. I mean, we've seen some big crashes at Brazil last weekend, but for me, Alonso, that was an absolute mega shunt. And it still amazes me that he was pretty unhurt. I mean, he did miss the Bahrain race, but apparently this is a pretty cool fact. He was on the he was doing press-ups to the stewards saying he was fit to race at Bahrain. So, biggest shunt of the year, Fernando Alonso. The Maldonado Award. And I know Maldonado's not in F1 anymore, but this is the Crash Award, basically. But we'll call it the Maldonado Award. And for me, now this might surprise a few people, Sebastian Vettel wins this. And I'll tell you why. He's had a lot of shunts this year. Okay, not all his own doing. China hit Raikkonen at the start. And Kvyat, it came like a rocket, Vettel said. Maybe it wasn't his fault, maybe it was. Russia definitely wasn't his fault, but he still had a crash. Hitting the rear, turn 2. Hitting the fucking rear again, turn 3. Honestly, what are we doing here? Then you have, trying to think off the top of my head, have I got them written down? Spa, Verstappen, Raikkonen, all in again. I mean, that was another crash. And Mexico, Vettel complaining about Verstappen. I've got to be careful that you Dutchies catching me up on that. Complaining about moving under braking, and Vettel does exactly the same to Ricciardo. So yeah, Maldonado awards Sebastian Vettel. He's been in a lot of crashes this year. I mean, let me know what you think, the Maldonado Award. Next award, Best Radio. Now, this is like the funniest radio, the best radio of the season. Like I've just said at Russia, turn 2, turn 3. What are we doing here? We had Mexico. Here's a message for Charlie. Fuck off. Seriously, fuck off. But for me, the radio of the season is at Spain. Ricciardo, turn 1, goes for a late lunge on Sebastian Vettel, and Vettel comes on the radio. Honestly, what are we doing here? Are we racing or are we playing ping pong? I thought that was excellent. Absolutely worldy. So, best radio of the season, Sebastian Vettel. Next award, biggest blue flag abuser. Esteban Gutierrez. 5,000%. And that's all we need to say. I mean, Hungary's a fine example. Lewis Hamilton's in the lead. Gutierrez holds him up for nearly half a lap. I mean, I don't know, like, I know Gutierrez might not be in F1 next year. Maybe he can go to opticians to book an eye appointment, because he must be colourblind, because he never sees this colour, blue. God knows. Biggest abuser of blue flags, Esteban Gutierrez. Right, what we got here? Blue flag radio. That's pretty similar. We all know who's going to win that. I mean, it's been in the charts. I mean, Sebastian Vettel's been at #1 for years with blue flag, blue flag. Come on, honestly, blue flag. So Vettel wins that award. Blue flag radio, Sebastian Vettel. Now, this is just a bit of fun. This is my opinion. Let me know. I want you... You're probably going to have to stop the video to get all these. Like, so far, we've had best start, Alonso. Save of the year, Max. Touching moment, Massa Guard of Honour. Underrated, Sainz. Biggest shunt, Alonso. Maldonado Award, Vettel. Best radio, Vettel. Blue flag abuser, Gutierrez. Blue flag radio, Vettel. So here we go. Best overtake. Now for me, I was going to give this to Sebastian Vettel again. For in the pit lane, he passed 2 cars at China. But I thought, come on, we've got to have an overtake that's actually on the track. And for me, easily could have given this to Max at Brazil. But for me, it's got to be Ricardo on Bottas at Monza. Ricardo on Bottas at Monza. And then he does that. That's the overtake of the season for me. I mean, if you've got any others, let me know. But Ricardo on Bottas, overtake of the season. I was going to give it Vettel, but I think I would have got crucified if I said overtake of the season was in the pit lane. But that was world class by Vettel. But next award, best overtake of the year is Daniel Ricciardo on Bottas for me. Next award, fail of the year. Pretty obvious what this is. If you don't know what it is, I would be pretty shocked. Romain Grosjean at Brazil, up the hill. He puts it in the wall before the race has begun. I mean, we're going to see this on F1 fails, F1 funnies for years and years to come. It's embarrassing. I'm sorry. I don't dislike Romain Grosjean, but that is embarrassing. Even if Lewis Hamilton did that, I would have said it was embarrassing. I mean, I remember Alonso doing it once on the parade lap, but not before just a simulation lap going to the grid, and it's just embarrassing. And then best drive. You Dutchies will like this because Max wins that award hands down. His performance in the wet at Brazil was world class. As my previous video, I am a huge fan of Verstappen. I've got to be careful on that. Just my accent, but a lot of people commented about that I say his name wrong. I should just call him Max from now on, shouldn't I? So yeah, best drive is Max, Brazil, 15th to 3rd, passing cars left, right, and centre. A week. I mean, what are we on today? We're on Friday, nearly 5 days on from the Brazil race, and I'm still blown away by the 19-year-old Dutchman's performance. I am a very, very passionate F1 fan, and I have been since 1996. I've supported Mika Hakkinen along the way. He's not British. I'm from the UK. He's Finnish. I supported Juan Pablo Montoya. He's Colombian. I've supported Lewis Hamilton since 2006 till present. And when Hamilton retires, I'm looking into the camera right now, I will be supporting Max Verstappen. I know we've got Jolyon Palmer on the grid, but as I've just told you, Hakkinen's not British, Montoya's not British, Lewis is British, but looks like I'll be going to overseas to support Max Verstappen. And that concludes the season awards. I probably missed some funniest moment of the season. I'm sure we could have had a Kimi radio in there, but that concludes. So I'll just say the awards again so you can comment. And so we've got best start, save of the year, touching moment, underrated, biggest shunt, Maldonado Award, best radio, blue flag abuser, blue flag radio. Everyone's going to comment Vettel for that, surely. Best overtake, fail of the year, and best drive. I have been your host, MUFC Gamer. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Get commenting your awards. One race to go. Who's going to be champion of the world? We'll find out in about a week. I cannot wait. Thanks for watching. Adios. I'll see you next time. That concludes the awards. Enjoy your day.